Okay, today I'm going to show you how to place an open coil. This is what it looks like. I'm going to use this in the background. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Kind of like a bed spring, but obviously way smaller. Just enough to fit a wire. I kind of got this started already. So obviously you're going to see the patient like this, already tied in. And then obviously I untied these ones, so make it easy. Let's say the doctor says, I need you to add an open coil on upper left 4, which is this one here. Obviously, he may not say open coil. He's going to say, oh, can you add OCS? If you see or hear the word OCS, this is what they're talking about. Open coil spring. So, I'm going to add it upper left 4. So what you're going to do, in this case, there's 2 ways to put this on and how to do it. So one is either you're going to do a full bracket. What you mean by that is, so I'm going to place the coil as soon as this thing focuses. There we go. So I'm going to place it upper left 4. So I'm going to go against this bracket here. And then as you can see, just skipping this one. Oh man, it's going to be harder to do it this way. Alright, so stop right there at the end of this bracket. Go all the way over to this bracket over here. Instead of going to this end, you're going to go to this end right here. So basically, mesial, wait, here we go. Mesial to mesial, which is considered a full bracket. Once you measure it, look at your straight cutter, however you want to call it, and then you're going to cut it. That's how you measure it. So, see if we can do it from mesial of this bracket to mesial of this bracket, which is upper left 3 right here. So right here and right here is how I measure it. That's considered a full bracket. If you were told to do a half a bracket, it's going to be from mesial, skip whatever tooth you got to add this to, and you're going to measure it from the middle of this bracket. That's where you're going to cut it. In the middle of this bracket, that's considered half a bracket. If you do a full bracket, it's going to be, instead of cutting it from the middle of this bracket, you're going to go to the end of the bracket, which is full bracket. Alright, so just to make this job easier and faster for you, just do, if you only had to add that, retie everything else, just leave a couple open, untied. This is a 012 bracket, by the way, so it actually may not work as well. So you're going to pull it out halfway. No, this is singed actually. Should have grabbed a different wire. So you're going to pull the wire out. You're going to put it in. The wire is basically going inside the tube of this open coil. The reason why I'm twisting it because this wire was already bent. So, and then this bracket is going to go in, and it's going to go from there. So I'm going to pop this in. Hopefully you can see that. With the tube. So, you can see. Now when you're working on the patient, obviously, best way to do it is to start from back here and work your way up. And I'll show you the reason why in a bit. So I'm going to move this up. I'm going to tie this one in. I'll bring that right now. Okay. Oh, there it is. All right. I'll tie. All right, so I'm going to tie this one in. So the open coil is going for right here. So I'm not going to engage the wire. Do not connect the wire wherever it is. If there's a bracket there on that tooth where you have to add this, do not engage the wire. So basically, just don't tie that one in. You're going to leave it just like this. So as you can see, it's already fighting back because remember, we cut it from the beginning from here and the end of this bracket. That's the reason why it's kind of not going in all the way. That's exactly what we want. We need that tension of the spring to push this tooth and this tooth away from this tooth. The reason why you would either do that is either because this tooth is far back in, there's not enough room for this tooth to come forward, or for a number of different reasons, or you could also place it in between here just to make space here. So let me get it all tied to close that one in. So let's put this one. All right, see that there? So when you get to right here, what you're gonna do, facing down, never towards the gums, you're gonna bring this back. When you do that, you push down so it snags. Now it's a little difficult for me because this wire is a 012 night tie, which is very flexible. It's not really recommended to add OCS on a thin wire. And you'll see why right now. So, come on, focus. There we go. All right, so once you have it in, the O tie's in, always pull it back. Make sure it's not snagged with the O tie on both sides. Because if it is, then it won't do its job. Now it looks a little funky because of, again, the wire is really thin and there's a bracket here. You could still do it even if there's a bracket like what's happening here, or you could do it with no bracket depending on circumstances, wherever the reason why the doctor wants to OCS there. When you come across an 012 night tie wire or 014, you want to stay away from adding this. If for some reason you do have to add it, not saying you can't, you can. There's some people going to tell you you can't, but you actually can. In this case, I should have done a half a bracket, which is cut it from here, not from the end of this bracket. That would actually be less sticking out. If it sticks out like this, bulging out, it's not really going to do its job, by the way, as well, because all the pressure is going outwards instead of, the more this is in, the more pressure patient feels. With this bracket being here, again, it's not, come on, there you go. Again, it's not really doing its job. So you always want to remove it, but then again, you could do it like this as well. So I don't want you to get confused. That's how you add an open coil. If for some reason they tell you to place it in between 5 and 6, or anywhere in between, then just do it in between. If they tell you from add OCS upper right 1 and 4, then you're going to skip these two and then add it from here to here. If they say add it from 1 to 2, then that means you're going to place it right in between 1 and 2. Don't overthink it and go to the next bracket and start adding OCS and skipping this one. So, just in case, at least I got this video so you can show you guys that was done. Cool. I'll make a video of that, of how to do a closed coil. It's basically the same concept. The only difference is you don't have to worry about the spring. Well, let me know if this helps you out. Please like and subscribe so I can make more videos like this.